Are you feeling like you really, really need a break? Well, guess what? You've literally earned it. In this explainer, we are going to slice right through all the confusing legal stuff and give you a super clear, simple guide to your annual leave rights as an employee here in South Africa. Okay, let's start with the one number you absolutely need to burn into your memory. 21. That is the bare minimum number of consecutive paid days off that you are legally entitled to every single year. Just think about that for a second. That's 3 full weeks of uninterrupted paid rest. So, what does 21 consecutive days actually look like on your calendar? Well, if you work a pretty standard Monday to Friday week, that works out to 15 paid working days. If your work week is a bit longer, say 6 days, then it's 18 paid working days. The main thing to remember is that the law makes sure you get a solid chunk of time to properly switch off and recharge. Right, so how do we get from just dreaming about a holiday to actually packing your bags? Let's break down how you build up this leave time and what the rules are around when you can actually use it.
You hear this term a lot, and it's really the foundation of everything, the leave cycle. It's actually super simple. It's just a 12-month clock that starts ticking from the very first day you start your job. And once you've completed that full 12-month cycle, you are entitled to your full whack of leave.
But here's the great part. You don't have to wait a whole year to start building it up. Think of it like a leave savings account. For every single month you work, you're putting away about 1.25 days. So if you're just 6 months into your job, you've already banked about a week and a half of holiday time. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so you've got the time saved up. How do you book it off? Now, the law is very specific here. The timing has to be mutually agreed upon. What that means is it's a two-way street. Your boss can't just tell you when to go, and you can't just vanish without any notice. It needs to be a proper conversation. Now, this is so important. Your employer can't just keep pushing your holiday request back indefinitely. Once your 12-month leave cycle is over, a new clock starts. They have a 6-month grace period to make sure you take that leave. So by the 18-month mark from when you started earning it, that leave has to be granted. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the practical side of things. How does your pay work? What if a public holiday lands right in the middle of your vacation? And what's the deal with sick leave versus annual leave? Let's talk money. First off, your employer has to pay you your full normal salary for your time off. But here's the real kicker. They have to pay you before your leave starts, so you're not waiting around for your next payday while you're trying to relax. Okay, here's a classic scenario. You've booked 2 glorious weeks off, and boom, a public holiday falls right in the middle of it. So, do you lose one of your precious annual leave days? And the answer is no way. This is fantastic news. A public holiday is never, ever considered an annual leave day. You are still entitled to that paid public holiday, and it doesn't get taken out of your leave balance. It's basically a free bonus day for your holiday. Let's be crystal clear on this one because it's a huge deal. Annual leave is for your rest and relaxation. Sick leave is for when you are medically unfit to work. An employer cannot, I repeat, cannot force you to take annual leave when you are genuinely sick. They are 2 totally separate things and both are protected by law. And that brings us to what might be the most important section of all. Because knowing what you're owed is one thing, but knowing the hard lines that your employer is absolutely forbidden from crossing, well, that's real power. First things first, your employer can manage the timing of your leave, to make sure the business keeps running. But they can never, ever just outright deny your right to take the leave you have earned. It is a fundamental part of your job. And just like they can't stop you from taking the time off, they absolutely cannot refuse to pay you for it. Your leave pay isn't some kind of bonus or a favor, it's your salary. You've earned it. It is completely non-negotiable. You see, the whole point of annual leave in the eyes of the law is to make sure you actually get to rest. Because of that, your employer can't just offer to buy your leave days from you while you're still working there. The only time leave gets paid out as cash is when you're leaving the company. And hey, that leads us perfectly into our final topic. What actually happens to all that leave you've carefully saved up when it's time to move on from your job? The rule here is incredibly simple and absolute. Any annual leave that you've earned but haven't used must be paid out to you in full when you leave. And it doesn't matter why you're leaving. This isn't some nice gesture from them. It is a legal requirement. It's your money for time you've already put in. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this thought. We often talk about leave as something we can take if work is quiet, or maybe as a reward for hard work, but the law sees it completely differently. It's a fundamental right designed for your health, for your well being. So, the real question is, are you using it?